Yo, this is Lil Dap from the group home, and you're listening to my homies Drop a Gem Show. East New York style, low budget environment style, New York style. Stay safe out there. Peace.
People at the club, they may not be
Yeah.
coming to hurt you. They just want to see, if you really about that, because you probably touched them through your music a certain way.
Yo, talking about that, did you, being part of the Gangstar Foundation and all that, we're going to get into that, but did you ever come across like shit like that? You said might have said a little sub in one of your rhymes and somebody pulled up, or you pulled up on somebody at the club?
Yeah. I'm used to that. You know what I mean? That's why, you just got to know how to handle yourself. And, there's people out there listening. You got fans now. You got followers now. You know what I mean? So you just try to do the music. You just try to educate yourself through the music the best way you can. Because you will, get track what we say. You know what I'm saying? You talk bang, bang, bang. You gonna have a lot of bang, bang, bang around. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
You're gonna speak reality. You know what I mean? Okay, we do, live in the world. Yes, there's a lot of shit going on. But that is around. You know what I mean? Getting some food is doing on that. You don't really live in those environments. You got where you are, you and your family are. Don't need to be talking like that, homie.
Indeed. Who was like some of your main influences or your favorite rappers coming up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially being from Brooklyn, you had Kane and, so many different figures, G-Rap. Who was some of your favorites when you was growing up?
My favorite, me personally, I was a big Rakim fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was a big Rakim. You know what I mean? I was a big Rakim. You know what I mean? They roll with those type of niggas. Yeah, they roll with those type of niggas. When you see them niggas roll, it's like some hip-hop militant shit. You know what I'm saying? They used to roll up a bulletproof band and all that shit. I used to be sitting outside like this shit.
Word. Running with the real 50 Cent. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Them the last days of them, Real 50 Cent and all them type of dudes running around the last days. That was that fucking level. That was that shit, You see them niggas doing some militant shit, you call them like, for me, it would look like some FOI shit, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn,
yeah.
Same plan. You see them niggas, you see when niggas roll up, you knew, shut the fuck up. You ain't all that old, wow, you knew, just by looking at the niggas, they walk with you. You knew every party. You can just
Truck Jewels, the guards, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
You wouldn't even see the guns, niggas look, it's tight, You just know.
No, I said the gods in the, the gods on the earth and all that. Yeah.
See them all, you just know not to play around. That's it,
Right.
You just know not to play around. That was hip hop. That was really, hip hop had a lot of, schooling. It ain't got no more in this game, now it's
right.
just, back then niggas was banging, bang, bang. But, niggas your crew is tight. You got a tight crew, man. Your crew is tight. People won't fuck around. Have a tight crew, things can happen.
Dap, talking, growing up in Brooklyn and, just growing up in New York during that time period, every borough, was kind of very protective. They puffed their chest out. They thought they were the best. How talk to me about how, because I think it's so incredible how a producer, a DJ from Texas can come to Brooklyn, rep Brooklyn, and be embraced by Brooklyn, and Brooklyn accept them as one of its own. Like, I always think that's like one of those stories that never gets told because, Brooklyn, Queens, we're not like those type of boroughs to take an outsider in and just be like, all right with it. It's got to be someone special. So what was it about Premo that made, people from East New York, people from Brownsville to go like, yeah, he's one of ours now. We go with that. What was it?
Wow, Premier was like, I don't know, it's music. I mean, when Premier came to, remember we had a show. I'll tell you a story. We had a show. And me, Guru, and my man Tommy and Gusmo, we had to do the show. And, we needed a DJ. Premier, and that's how Premier came about. Guru needed a DJ. He was at Wild Pitch Records. Chilling, and You going through the box. You know, back then, you know, you send your demos in, and everybody used to be in the box. So, you know, you dig in the box and go through niggas' demos, see who's good, who's not, who we can work with. And then that's how, you know, Guru found Premier, you know what I'm saying? We heard the cuttings. You know, like, we was like, yeah, he's good, call him. And we was there, I think it was me, Guru, Lord Finesse, my man Tommy Hill, Gusmo. We was all in the office, he was in Wild Pitch office, yeah. And then we called him. And then the man came down, you know. We was already running around with Gangstar already, you know what I'm saying, when Guru came from Boston, you know. When he left Boston, he hit Brooklyn, Gangstar came alive, you know what I mean. He was already running around with it. Because I was running around with him, you know, when he had, you know, wax and all that, you know. So I'm like, you know, like I said, he wasn't really, you know, I just seen the man determination, man. He's really determined to get this shit popping. That's when I really got behind him. And then that's when we met Premier. You know, like I said, that Wild Fish record, he had to do a show and he needed a DJ. And then bam, Premier came down from Texas, boom. Once he came down from Texas, you know, we all started. Guru had I think he was staying in an apartment. He had an apartment up in the Bronx. So I used to come from Brooklyn and go meet up with him up in the Bronx and all that. You know, hold him down and all that. You know, a lot of niggas. He's from Boston. He don't know about, well, you know, in the Bronx, a lot of buildings and shit, a lot of people being funded buildings, a lot of niggas and all that shit. So he wasn't really used to all that. But, so I go up there and meet him, you know, hold him down and all that. You know, that's how I met Malachi and all that shit. So,
yo,